Good evening, lords and ladies. I am Night Before Dawn, and welcome back to Sons of the Forest. Today we're going to talk about grid offsets. This is a simple grid offset with actually a few variations. As you can see, the center post is 50% off grid from the other posts. But I'll grab my full-length log here and I'll just add a bit more demonstration to it. You can see that the end post here isn't in the middle, and the same with this end post over here. I would say that's what, 40%, 35% offset? I don't know, something like that. But we are offset from the grid by varying amounts. So it's not that hard to do, and you can do it both directions to end up with two grids that are essentially interlocked with each other. I may demonstrate that later if people have trouble with it. But anyways, let's head over here, and this looks like a decently flat spot to get started. Let's kind of push these back. Nope, not push them into there. Push them that way, that way, that way. There we go. So I'll just kind of go, here's probably good. Come on, snap. 3, 4, all right. That's good enough for that. And now the first thing I like to do, or the first thing you should do, because it saves a lot of work later, is to get up and get your on-grid pillars in place. And there's a few different ways you can anchor them. You can anchor them like that to each other, but that gets in the way of other things sometimes. So if you anchor them like this, then you don't have to worry about things as much. They are just going to stay on their grid, and they are exactly on the original grid that you started with. And now I'm going to leave this here, and I'm just going to toss those over there because I don't need them at the moment. And I like to use the 3/4 logs for this, although that's how you adjust the distance between the outside edge ones, is by using different length logs. And if you place the 3/4 length logs here, and then make a gable on them. Oh, I keep forgetting. This one I do from over here. Yeah, there they are. Might as well pick up both. And you make these roof slopes here like this. That gives you they're pushed out as far as they can be pushed out, and they're as close to the center as they can be. When you use the shorter ones for that, the roof slope is steeper, bringing the ends in closer to here. So you might be able to end up getting 25% or 33s. I don't know what percents each one goes to, but the outside edge ones are adjustable. And you need to have a log across here or sticking down out the front, but across here doesn't get in the way as much. Let's just toss this over here because I'm going to need it again. And then another important thing to do is put at least one plank on each of these, because once you have that plank on there, you can then snap to the outside edges, which at this point you should be good. You should be able to just snap in over, and they will be at the same height. I put that on there just so that it stays snapped, because I don't want to be relying on connection to this. And the same thing here. And come on, there it is. Alright, so now I have the outer offsets, which, like I said, you can adjust them by using different size logs. And I want to make the inside the center one that's at exactly 50%. I take the half log and I place it on here, but you'll notice that seems a little bit too low. Like, it's just not the right height for it. But a 3/4 log is too high. So, no, well, whatever, that's fine. So what I like to do in its place is you come out in front here, and when you get, oh, it's appeared a couple times, when you get this screwy looking symbol appeared here with the arrow sticking out the side, just place the log, it'll lift up the thing, and just one log thickness, even though it still looks like it's not quite right, although from back here it looks a lot better, but it does look like it's off by a little bit, even still. Good. But you'll notice that when I place this here, they're the exact right height. It looks really good for it. So I'm just going to place this here, remove these, and I'm just going to tear this whole thing apart. Because we don't need this anymore. Let's just toss those over there, because this is my half log, so it probably can just, yeah. I just like to do this because of my organization OCD. Oh, come on. Not that one. Not that. There we go, that's the one. And then this one here, can pick that up, do that, do that. Now I can just toss you into there again. Perfect. I've got these. And yes, I'm using console commands to have infinite everything. As long as I'm holding at least one, I get more. Nice. And there we go. I've cleaned up all the mess. Well, other than minor little parts. Good enough. And now I have these pillars on their own individual grids offset. I did make a mistake and I picked up the bottom of this, so I can't have that type of grid. But if you accidentally do that, you can easily just cut them down to 1/4 log height, and then you can make your grids run 1/4 log height off the ground. It's not that big of a deal. And yeah, that's how you do a offset grid, and you can do quite a few things. I'll show you a couple examples. Like I can come out here and I can build my frame here. And this is actually a good example of something that you should know. That one works out, but this now, because this log is here, I cannot place something coming forward off of that. I have to take that out of there. Place it on there on the slope, then you can place that log back like nothing, and you can lift that up. And the same kind of thing goes here. Let's just do this. I can come in from this one. Sometimes it's difficult to get the right angle, but oh, there we go. And you'll notice that it doesn't line up with the original. And sometimes when you place that like that, if there's stuff already above it, it causes other issues. But you can have, because of, or with the way this works, come on. It's such a small little spot. That is, yeah, that was the right way. But now you can have your logs nice and tight so that they don't have any, so that they don't quite look like the defensive walls do. Because the defensive walls have that little gap in them. Well, doing this can give you the ability to have no gap. It does take, you'd have to do quite a bit of offset finagling to get a full wall with no gap like that. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different things you can do. It's kind of exciting. This can go out like that. I've got now A nice 2 log wide ramp, perfectly in line with a single like, so many different aesthetic things can be done with this. I'd love to see what you guys can make of it. Anyways, thanks for watching.